I woke up this morning thinking I was a Virgo. Now I'm not quite sure. What's going on out there?
Well, according to tropical astrology, which is the astrology that we're all familiar with in the Western world, you're still a Virgo.
Oh, good.
So no worries.
Okay.
And I'm still a Pisces, so that's great. But that's just the sun sign anyway. And so this myth that the astrological signs, according to tropical astrology, that it has anything to do with the constellations. It's great because yesterday just busted this wide open.
Yeah.
And the truth is that the constellations and the signs are two different things.
Okay.
Okay. And the signs are based according to more along the lines of the Earth going around the sun, the solstices and equinoxes, and less to do with this backdrop of stars.
Okay. So when you're talking about the tropical versus whatever else it is, what does that mean?
That's what I mean. The tropical zodiac is according to the solstices and equinoxes.
Okay,
so we know the first day of summer, first day of spring, those kind of things. So it doesn't change over time. The actual constellations, yes, the Earth has what's called precession.
Right.
And so that's what came out yesterday. But that movement of the constellations is true, but it has nothing to do with how the tropical zodiac is set up. It's just a different reference point. That's all.
Why is it getting so much play right now?
That's a great question. I mean, Ophiuchus, which is this 13th sign.
Yes.
It's really the 13th constellation.
Okay.
But it's not a sign. Like I said, the signs and constellations are different. There's still 12 signs, 12 segments of this zodiac, the tropical zodiac. And Ophiuchus has always been there. It's been there for centuries. So that it came out yesterday is kind of interesting. But it's great that this awareness is getting out there of astrology. And, this is just about sun signs, too. People are worried about having their tattoos removed and things. They have a picture of their sun sign there. But the sun is just one piece of astrology anyway. We have the moon and Mercury and the rising sign, all these different pieces that people aren't familiar with. And so this is just a way to get that awareness out there and enlighten people to the fact that, number one, the myth that the constellations and signs are the same thing can be busted, and that there's more to astrology than the sun sign.
Okay, so what about, Christopher, for people, who say, this is all phooey anyways, I don't care, why should I care? Should we care a little bit more today than we cared yesterday?
Well, I mean, it's up to you. If you're going to be, closed off to astrology and not want to be open to it in the first place, this isn't going to make any difference. But if you're open to it, and some of this truth about how astrology is organized comes out, and it gives you more clarity, and that takes your openness to the next step, then that's great. And I'd welcome anyone that's new to astrology that is now intrigued by it, to come talk to an astrologer like myself, and that would be the next step in that direction. And if it's not something that they like, then they don't have to like it.
Are we getting more play with astrology today than we have in the past?
I would say yes with the internet. Astrology is making a huge comeback because there's a lot of research in astrology. There's a much higher scientific component to astrology than people know.
Okay.
And it's research based on observation. It's not based on belief. I have people that come to me all the time. So you believe in astrology? And I say, no, I don't believe in astrology. I observe it and I apply it. I have 3 science degrees. In fact, I have a meteorology degree. My undergrad was in meteorology. I could have.
Wow!
Yeah. Throw me the clicker, and we'll go over the weather a little bit here. So, but that's what I mean is that it's not all that out there.
Sure.
It's a lot more down here than people know.
Sure. I'm going to toss it back to you guys. Any questions as long as we have Christopher here, guys?
Yeah, first of all, Chris, I'm a guy who's not a Zodiac person, and I so appreciate your attitude about it. I mean, you and I would get along very, very well. What is it, as you said, this, for some reason, has just gone crazy viral on the internet in the last couple of days, this thought that the signs and the dates are all changing. Do we know what spawned it, who first got this out there recently?
That, like I said, I do not know what spawned it.
Yeah.
It's not new news. Ophiuchus has been around for centuries.
Yeah. Is this, Christopher, almost like on the internet, a virus? Is this a virus for you folks?
Yeah, it is, but I think it's a good one. I really do, because I love how it sparked the interest. And that is what's going to open up doors and open up minds.
Yeah, okay. I was looking into it a little bit, and if we can take laptop number 3, for what it's worth, this realignment of the times and the signs, this is a NASA website from 2005. Chris, you were just saying this is nothing new. This is 6 years old, and people were talking about it back then. For some reason, you're going to hear it. This is going around the internet, and you'll be hearing it. But I guess it's no real change. Thanks, Chris. We really appreciate it.
Hey, Rosemary, just so you know, Christopher's going to come over and do your weather.
Sounds good to me. Hey, Christopher, I do enjoy reading my horoscope. So is it a good day for Aries? Can you tell me? Maybe check it out. Let me know.
I don't do sun sign horoscopes.
By the way, Christopher, we have an opening starting next Wednesday. All right. If you have any questions about astrology, go to myastrocris.com, and he'll get you hooked up. Coming up on Fox 40 Live, a Citrus Heights neighborhood sees a spike in crime, and now